Hey YouTube, well I got the buses out of 42 and 41 back to where they're supposed to be, and I shot video a couple days after Laura and to let you guys know that we were okay, and half of it I filmed upside down. So I figured I would show you guys kind of what happened prior to Laura, because we did a lot of work. I did get these wheel bearings changed, and for some reason this side got water in it again. I still don't know why, so I'm letting you can see that's not 90 weight, that's real runny. Like, I changed the oil on the other side, got it all cleaned up, and I just tested it, and it's fine. It's 90 weight. It's thick, it smells bad, it looks like 90 weight. So I just don't understand why I'm getting water back in this side again. I'm thinking maybe my vent caps, there's a little bitty, you can see it right there, that slit right there, and it's supposed to go through, and maybe that vent is broken or clogged up, who knows. But let me show you what all we did. Chris came out and we changed this guy. It was a pain in the butt. And Caleb, another YouTuber, he's a up and coming guy. He's got a 97 Thomas 3800 with a 444. He's also in Texas. He came out. He lives a couple hours away, so I have a bunch of stuff to talk about. So my crossovers here, I said I was going to put tripods on, but I ended up coming across a busboy mirror bracket that's shorter than these, and it's the S series one. It fits perfectly in the corner here like a glove. I have to move my reflectors back, but that's okay. It's just a couple holes to drill. But I'm going to do that, and we'll see how it goes. But they're a lot sturdier than these. They don't bounce like these do, because these are ridiculous. And when they bounce like that, they get the whole front end bouncing. I'm thinking about doing black fenders, leaving the top of the hood yellow and having black on the side. We'll just have to see, just on the Thomas. I've seen it before and it looks good. So, but yeah, so here's what Chris came by with. There's my 90 weight for the axle there. That is an AC cover. And then there's my red seats. So there's the skirt mounted condenser down here under the seat cushion, and then under those cushions is the actual ceiling AC unit. So I'm going to mount, that's what this goes to. I'm going to mount that there somewhere between 2, 4, and 6 right here behind the speaker, in between those party lights, so I can have AC up in the driver's area. And then if I can get one more, I'm going to put it either here or somewhere between 13 and 15. That way that'll get all of the bus nice and cold. Should probably get a third one, but since nothing really goes on back here, I think 2 will be fine. We'll just have to see. But all I need now is compressors and the plumbing. I have the switches and everything else, and then a second set of AC units. But so here's everything that I got from that schoolie guy in Indiana that DJ went and picked up for me back last November. So November or December. So I have more than enough ass cushions, and I think I have more than enough backs too. The foam is pretty good. It's not as good as that new foam I got, but it's still really good. So we'll go over to the Bluebird, because we've been busy with that stuff. Let's see here. Come right over here. And first off, you notice that's not the painted cover, that's the real deal. So I added that, and the railing's in good and tight. A little loose right there though, I'm going to have to tighten those screws down again, but the railing's in. Pardon my mess. And we only have 3 rows left to do. So I came up with a really good idea for this. I was going to paint it maroon, but I have a better idea. Got plenty of seat back covers. And I have this. This is that high back cover that was right here. You see that one needs to be cleaned. So they're taller. There's a lot of material in these. So what I was thinking about doing, this is a perfectly good seat cover and material, is I want to cut pockets out of this and sew them onto one of those after I clean it, and then we'll put it there, and then I'll have my pockets again. So my wife has a sewing machine, and then I'm also going to cut some material out of this to put on the header covers there so that they match. so that I have matching header covers. So that'll be cool. I also went to the auctions, and I got these guys right here. These are two brand new Defender stop arm blade only blades. They're incandescent as far as I know. I haven't popped them apart, but they have the prismatic engineer grade decals on them in perfect shape, but they're both rear stop arms. So I'm going to, I think the winglets here are separate. Oh no, they're not. So I don't know if I can keep the winglets on them, but I figured they're aluminum, you know, just like real stop signs are. And so I'm going to replace the two on the outside, because I believe the rear may be aluminum, but the front one is not. It's steel. You know, it had that rust on it before I painted it. Let's just go look. Let's see, the front is, that's steel. Let's see what the rear is. The rear might be aluminum. The rear is, I would say this is aluminum. Yeah, that's aluminum. The rear is aluminum. But, and I'm just undecided if I'm going to get two decals to do the outside, or if I'm going to leave the back one red like this. Either way would have been period specific, or period correct. So a lot of you guys have asked me to do certain things with the Bluebird, so this will address a few of those questions. Roof hatches. So roof hatches here in Texas get really brittle in the Texas heat. They wear out quickly, and they are very, very, very expensive. One single roof hatch is about $300 brand new. I'm not putting any used ones in because they'll crack quicker. Then they crack, and then they leak into the bus and make a mess. That is why I have not put roof hatches on these buses. They're too expensive. You know, 4 roof hatches would be an in-frame on one of my DTs. So, you know, there's no sense in doing that. That's, you know, I realize that you rigs of rods guys like to modernize things and see everything modern, but this is not a modern bus. So I am trying to keep it period specific. The red seats are pretty much the non-period specific part of the bus, because they didn't make red until 1999, but they fit and they look great with the brown, or the tan, I should say. You know, the LEDs, well, they're LED bulbs in the housings. I may actually change out the headlights on both these buses to something that looks a little bit better. I'm not sure yet, but that's why I haven't done stuff like that. Air doors, well, this bus doesn't have air on it. They could have put electric doors in these, but I mean, that right there is really cool. You know, you're not the one driving this bus, I am. And it is a lot of fun, you know, being able to have a manual door, a gear shift that you can actually move, and not, you know, not some buttons to push. You know, I don't like all the new stuff. So I know a lot of you guys, especially you rigs of rods guys that watch me, if that's all you watch me for, to see me modernize these things into something brand new, move on. Do me a favor. Don't come back. You know, if you want to see all the cool stuff I do to these buses, you know, to fix them up, to make them run good, some of the little mods I do, stick around. But everything I've done to this bus is still specific, you know, to the period that it came in, you know, or that it was made in. You know, even the side turn signals, granted, you know, 3 down the side may be a little bit much, but they did come with them. And I even got the same housings that they would have come with. You know, granted they're LED, but I like these better because these are sealed. The Peterson 122 and 124 lights that would, you know, that look just like these, they leak really easily. So, and they're not as bright. They don't make a good LED bulb for them. That's why I did the same inserts on the Thomas. So there's a lot of things, you know, these Florida spec dual stop arms on these things back in the day. So dual stop arms, sure, you know. Noah, thank you again. That's from School Bus Heritage. Noah, that's off of his bus 3, the Wayne. I'm going to get me a piece of metal, a strip there to put over that broken piece, and that will keep that from flopping around. So the only other thing I have to fix on this bus right now is when we had this off, this brake caliper is seized pretty good. These are 2.88 inch calipers. So if you got any lying around that you want to get rid of that are new, hit me up. I might make you a deal. I need at least one, but this one, the outer pad is completely worn crooked, so that's part of the problem why this thing was smoking. When we did the master cylinder here, when me and Matt did, this is the only one where we couldn't pop that bleeder valve, which is this guy right here, that bleeder screw. We couldn't crack it because it was rusted. Every other brake caliper was fine. Of course, the rear should be fine on this side because I just put it in. But I do want to replace or rebuild a couple of these. But other than that, the old girl's starting to look good. I'm waiting for it to cool down and come out here and scrub the seats real good, get all the funk off of them, because they did get a little dirty, but boy, they look good. And the foam is pretty good too. Looks like this one's a little crooked, maybe. Maybe not, but the foam is decent. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. It's not quite as firm as these new ones, but yeah, just from when you look from here forward, it's all red. It looks really, really good. So needs a little bit of cleaning. And I do want to get under this thing and address some of the surface rust down there. There's a little bit of rust. Rust-Oleum has released the rusty metal primer in the turbo cans. So I do want to get underneath the bus and spray everything real good by the rear axle, because that's where the rust is the worst from the spray. And I might go under the front here and check and see. The front seems okay, but that's really about it, guys. So we did fine during Laura. Laura missed us quite a bit. It was supposed to go in over the Texas-Louisiana border, and it went in over Lake Charles, which is about 30 miles east. So it shifted the whole wind field 30 miles east. So we really didn't get anything over here. I actually woke up at 2 that morning when it was supposed to be affecting us to see how it was, and there was nothing. So it was kind of a letdown. But anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching.